it'll be chill, so whatever, it might not be as good of quality as some of my other videos, but I figured it's chill, it's relaxed, it's a get ready with me, so who cares? So anyways, that's what we're going to be doing today. So first I prepped my skin with my facial oil that I use every day, which is this Cocoa Kind Chia facial but I also want to make sure, so that's more than what I just did on this side, because this like wasn't quite enough. I feel like I need a little middle ground of this is a little bit better. So then I need that mirror back. So there we go, that's a better amount. See, the camera like is picking up that I feel like my neck looks like a different color than the halo glow. I feel like I didn't drag enough down, but the thing is like when I'm doing this, like a natural everyday makeup look, I don't really care if my makeup looks perfect. Like I just want a little something, you know what I mean? Like I work hybrid, so like sometimes I go into the office, but like I work from home like more, and it's like I don't need to look perfect and have a full face of makeup. I just want like a little something to like just feel a little bit more put together and a little bit better, and this is that makeup look that I'm doing. So then I just need some on my forehead. See, and like this setup is confusing me because I'm like using the iPhone as the mirror when I should just be using the mirror, but I feel weird. I don't know. Okay. So I just just tap it in. There we go. There we go. That's looking better. In that other video, when I used this, like by this point in the process, my face was orange and like looked so like greasy and glowy. Like after I adapted in, but it was just because I put way too much on. In the first few weeks when I was using this product, I kept doing that, and I was like, okay, I'm getting like a little bit too greasy throughout the day, so now I just use less, and now it's way better. So yeah, that's the first layer, the first little layer, but see, it like gives a little glow to the face and like a little bit of coverage, but not like full coverage. Okay, gonna let that sit. I am so like annoyed today because of this whole setup debacle. Basically, like the lights that I was using before, because like you have to light up your face in order to like have a good quality video. The lights that I was using before, I was using two and one of them broke. So I'm like, okay, it's time to like upgrade my lighting, and I feel like so many other ASMR artists use ring lights. So I was like, okay, maybe I just want to use a ring light. But the problem for me is that normally I use like an actual like video professional grade camera, but these ring lights, they have holders for the iPhones, so there wasn't a way for me to like, I would have to somehow get my camera's lens to come through and behind and through the ring light, but my lens isn't super long, and then this ring light stands on the floor, like it can get up really high, but it's a floor stand ring light, so it was just not working, and I was like, oh my god, I'm getting so frustrated. So, and then like I did a couple test videos with the iPhone, and I'm like, it's not as high quality as my camera, obviously, because it's like a professional grade camera. Because my husband used to do like videography and photography for work, so like I just got lucky that my partner like had a nice camera that I could use. But sometimes I get annoyed by the camera because it's like big and clunky and it's like heavy, and like I'm like, an iPhone would be so much easier to film on. I also apply chapstick like before and during I can't stand it. This is the Supergoop SPF 30 Lip Shield. But anyways, I just like to let this sit down a little bit. But as I was saying, I don't know, I'm just you know, when you're just trying something over and over and you're trying so hard and it's not working. I literally spent 2 hours on it. Nothing I was doing was working, because if I put the ring light in the iPhone behind my desk, it was too far away from me, so it wasn't lighting me up, and it was blurry. So then I'm like, okay, so I brought it in front of my desk, so where it is now. But then the problem was there was nowhere to put my mic, because I have the microphone that picks up the whispering and the quiet noises, hence the ASMR. So I was like, well, then I have nowhere to put the microphone. So then finally I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna lower the ring light all the way down. And I went and grabbed a little stool that we keep a plant on, and I put the microphone on the stool, and I'm just sitting on the ground, and the ring light is just as low as it can go. And I'm sitting on a blanket, and my dog is here. You can't see him, he's behind me. Okay, literally he's out of the frame, but I'm just chilling on the floor. So I don't know, I need to figure it out. I'm curious, as someone who watches ASMR, do you notice different quality of video? Do you notice the difference when you're oh, this person's video is clearly not as crisp as someone else's? Is that noticeable? I don't know, and I feel I don't notice it when I'm watching ASMR. I never notice oh, that looks like an iPhone versus that looks like a nicer camera. So personally, I don't notice it, but I'm curious if other people do. Let me know. Okay, concealer is next, and I got this Kosas concealer, but I also have this Maybelline concealer, and honestly, I kind of like the Maybelline one more. I don't know, I can't decide. That's the Kosas, and then the Maybelline is this little puff that you twist and the product comes up. And then the Kosas is just traditional wand. Which one do I want to use today? I don't know. I'm gonna use the Kosas today, but I've been switching off between these two for my everyday makeup. Okay, so I'm gonna use my mirror. Actually, I don't know. Okay, there. So I do a little there and a little that way, a little like this, and a little that way. I have very, very pronounced bags. I always have. Even when I was younger, they're blue, they're really noticeable and they're really dark. It used to really bother me when I was younger. But honestly, now, I kind of just don't care. Okay, so I just dab in, and I even bring it down here, and then I do a little, just the leftover under my eyelid. And then it just kind of nicely disappears. So, it's so funny how intense it looks when you first put it on. Any concealer, it looks so orange and bright, and then the more you dab it out, it just goes away. There we go. So there's my concealer. Again, we are not aiming for perfection here. We are aiming for mediocre. first because I left all my friends and family. So I really struggled when I first moved here because I left all my family and friends, and I've always been the type to have like really good girlfriends. Like my girlfriends are really important to me. Like having that like group of women just is very important to me. And my like literal best friends I left in Chicago. So when I first moved here, I was also at like a really toxic job when I first moved. So I think it was the combination of like leaving my family and friends, being in a new environment, and hating my job and having a toxic workplace. I really was struggling at first when we moved here. And I feel so lucky and happy now because now I've made friends. And like I watched a video recently where Sarah Lavender talked about this because she moved to Mexico City, I believe, with her partner, and she was talking about how hard it is to like make friends as an adult or to make friends in your 20s or whatever. And especially when you move to a new place, and I'm like, oh my god, like I resonated so much with that video and that whisper ramble because that's exactly how I felt. Like it was so isolating and so like depressing. And it's crazy because I realized that like in the past I always made friends through circumstance. We all did. Like you make friends with your schoolmates, and then maybe if you play sports or you're in a club, you meet friends through like a specific interest. But it's always through school. And then if you go to college, you meet friends in the dorms or in your major or like whatever, you meet people at college. Then when you're in your 20s and you're just in real life, the only place to really meet friends is like work. But sometimes you don't work at a place that has people your age or people you want to be friends with. Or for me, my industry went completely remote during COVID, and like now we're just now getting back into being hybrid and going in sometimes. But at that point I had been fully remote for a few years, and so there was like no way to really make friends through work because you weren't really hanging out with them and seeing them. And so I was like in a new location and I was like, I have no way to make friends. Like this is horrible. This sucks. So I started just like going like on group like hangouts. Like I would go on Facebook and I joined a couple different groups of like girls in their 20s or like girls who like to hike. And I downloaded the Meetup app, and I literally just like tried to meet people that way and tried to like basically go on blind friend dates. And I did that for a while. Okay, hold on. Now let me was also just really exhausting for me to go to these like blind friend dates and these hangouts, not knowing anyone, having to be on, like having to be friendly and talkative, and it really like drained me and took it out of me. I am just more of like a natural, like I like to meet people in person and hit it off naturally, and like I love meeting friends of friends. I've met a lot of really good friends that way, where it's like a friend introduces you. So I really feel like I gave it a good shot and I gave it a good try. But right around that time when I was like doing all of that, then through friends of friends, I started meeting all these new like amazing people, and it was just kind of like a coincidence. Okay, so honestly lately for my natural makeup, I have been not even doing bronzer. Like I just skipped the bronzer completely. So next up is time for translucent powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. So it's just like that, and then I take this puff that I need to get a new one because this is a temporary puff that I just keep reusing. I need to get like a real one, but I just dab it in there and then I just go like this. So anyways, it was kind of a coincidence that around that time that I was like doing all these like blind friend dates and like going on these group hikes and like meeting all these people I didn't know and like trying really hard. I basically like I had one friend here and then she made a friend, so I became friends with her, and then she introduced us to all these other friends, and basically one of them had a Galentine's last Valentine's, so like almost, well, not really, almost a year ago. It hasn't even been a year. She had a Galentine's, so I just like dab it in. I don't know, sometimes I go like this on my eyelids too, but, and then I'll also like take it and just kind of put it other places I get greasy. Like my forehead, I'll just like add a little bit, you know, a little bit of powder. It just like helps not get as greasy. So yeah, then she had a Galentine's party and I went, even though I didn't know anyone, but she invited me, which was so nice because I think the other friend told her that I was like looking to make friends, and so she invited me and I went, and then life was never the same because then I met a bunch of girls there at that party, and then ever since then we've all been hanging out and we have like a group chat, and it's just been so good for my heart and soul. Like it's just been so good. So then another girl who didn't live here before moved here like a few months ago, and so we invited her to like hang out with us because she knew one of the girls. Basically we all have met each other just like through each other, like it's just been all mutual friends. But we invited her, like she's been invited to like a bunch of the stuff that we've done, and she's so nice and like funny and awesome. And so we like just hung out recently, and then afterwards we were both like, we should hang out one-on-one, like we should just do something just us. So that's what I'm doing tonight, is going to dinner and margaritas with that girl. And she's just like such a good person. Like I just feel so lucky that these women that I've met are just such good, solid people, and I just admire them all, like for different reasons. And yeah, I feel very happy and lucky. Okay, now I do a little bit of this NARS. Ooh. this with the Putty bronzer. So I just put a little on, put a little on, put a little on, and then I'll just lightly like work it in on my perimeter. Where'd my mirror go? See, I don't even think that did anything. I think I got too light of a shade in this. I should have gone one darker because I feel like this doesn't do anything. Okay. A little bit more. Should I do a little down here? I don't think that really did anything, but there we go. Just a little bit more color. Another reason this setup is not my fave is because I'm very overexposed. Like the ring light, it like there when I get closer, then there's a little more detail, but when I'm here, the ring light kind of like washes out my face. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm just overly critical. But yeah, I'm just like feel so lucky and feel so happy and like at peace that I have friends now, which sounds so silly, but like life really isn't meant for living completely alone, in my opinion. And for me, I like having friends and a community, and now it feels like I finally have that after like a year and a half of really struggling here and feeling really down and having some really hard days where I felt like I didn't have friends. I had friends virtually that lived far away, but I didn't have friends like in person. I finally feel so much better, and like tonight, the fact that I'm just like going to get dinner with one of them, like I did not have that before, and it was really hard, and now it's so fun to just be like, hey, wanna grab dinner? Like, it's a Thursday, and we're just like going to grab Mexican food and margaritas. Like, that's so fun. So I'm very happy about that little like change in my life. Okay, so for my eyebrows, I used this Anastasia Brow Wiz pen. Some days I don't use it and I just go in with the NYX glue, but I feel like since I'm going out to eat, I'm gonna use it today, so I just brush with the little spoolie. And then, oh, this is gonna be hard. I just like lightly just try to like add some color because they get really thin like on this half. There we go. So like this half of mine I feel like are thicker, but then it tapers out down there, so I just like to like mostly brush it in on that half, and then sometimes I'll do a little here. Just like very lightly, because I like them to still look like natural and fluffy. But there we go. So there's that brow. This lighting makes it look weird, but and then you can see that's the original brow versus that. They're not perfect, but like I said a million times, when I'm just doing this like chill makeup, I really don't care if it looks perfect. This eyebrow is way more finicky than my other one. I feel like my other one is so easy to do, but then this one always gives me trouble. It's just like the way the hair grows on this side is just like more finicky. Like, it's just weird, like right here. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna be done because I'm over that. Oh wait, I have to do this. I just try to do it so lightly. noticed if I didn't say anything. I'm genuinely curious because to me, I feel like it's very noticeable on my own channel, but when I watch other people, I wouldn't notice. So I would love your feedback. But yeah, I really am trying to upgrade my filming setup and like equipment and stuff because I want, like, obviously the audio and the video are always like my first priorities because I want those to be good and high quality. This looks so weird. See, there's like a little bald patch right in there and then like all right in there too. It looks weird, doesn't it? I don't know why this looks so weird. It's probably because I'm trying to do this on the ground in front of a ring light. Okay. I'm gonna let this dry and then I'll go in with the pencil and fill in some gaps because I've seen girlies do that in videos, in like TikToks. Also, I don't know if you can see, but I feel like this side is more warm and orangey and this side is more cool and brown. This lighting is not very forgiving. Weird. But, did that help? Did that help? I don't know. Yeah, I feel like my lights that I had before annoyed me because when I would move my arms or hold up objects, it would cut off the light source because I had two lights on either side coming at me. Whereas like with a ring light, I can do all I want with my hands and with objects and the light never gets blocked from my face, which I love. However, the other lights on each side I felt like illuminated me a little more forgivingly, whereas this is like a lot. But also the main problem is with those two lights on the side, I could have my video camera in the middle and use my video camera, but with this ring light, I don't know how I'm gonna use my video camera, so I feel like I would have to use my iPhone, and it's just not as high quality of video as my video camera. And then there's the issue of this, like, I'm not gonna sit on the floor for every video, but then there's nowhere to put my mic because the ring light is like, it has to stand on the floor, so if it's in front of my desk, then there's nowhere to put the mic, but if it's behind my desk, it's too far away from me and it's not like good quality enough. I don't know. And then another thing I'm working on is that I want a backdrop, so I want like a white or ivory curtain with little like curtain string lights and sometimes some fake ivy for when I do like a role play or when I'm like doing a spa, like relaxing spa, or just like any video. I don't always want this bedroom as my backdrop. Sometimes I want like a curtain or a solid background. So I am trying to figure that out as well. But I purchased like a curtain stand and then some curtain string lights, and I tested it out the other day, but the problem was the curtain looked fine, but the string lights in the video, it picked up the quick flashing of the string lights, because what I didn't know before getting into this that my husband taught me is that every light like blinks really quickly. We just don't see it with our eyes. So sometimes video picks up the blinking lights if they're not like high quality enough. So even my sunset lamp that I normally have on, I tried putting it on, but you can see picks up the blinking, like the rapid, fast blinking of the light, even though to the naked eye, it doesn't do that. When I just look at it, it is not blinking like that. That's literally the iPhone camera that's picking up that high frequency blinking, which is so weird. So I couldn't even have my sunset lamp on for this one because that is so annoying. But it's weird because my video camera doesn't pick that up. However, when I tried the twinkle lights with the curtain behind me, my video camera and the iPhone was picking up the blinking of those lights. So it's way too distracting and not relaxing, and I don't want to use that in my ASMR videos, but I don't know how to fix it. And I've seen other ASMR artists use a backdrop like that where they have like little string lights and theirs don't blink. So I don't know. I have to do research. I have to do like a lot of Googling, and my husband is gonna try to help me. But I'm like, what the hell? Like, this sunset lamp, the iPhone picks up the blinking, but the video camera doesn't. But then with the string lights that I bought, they both were picking up blinking, and I'm like, this is so annoying. So I am really trying to improve my channel and make better videos, but it's not easy. Like, all the equipment, the lighting, the cameras, the audio, like, it is pretty complicated sometimes, and it can get honestly, some days I just don't even do mascara and I just leave it at this. But again, since I'm going to dinner, I will do a little mascara. So just curl the lashes. And then I have this Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which I talked about in a previous video that it's good, but I'm not like, oh my god, I'm addicted to it. Like, I would be open to a recommendation for a new mascara. It's not bad, but it's not like life-changing. So I just do a tiny, tiny bit. Hi, buddy. Can you look this way? Oh, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. He's so sweet. I love him so much. Yeah. Oh, buddy. He's such a good boy. Okay. So that's literally it, and I don't do my bottom. He's just sitting there staring the other way. There we go. Okay. I don't even do my bottom lashes. I just do my top lashes. Because again, I like for this to be really natural. I don't even curl them for that long, honestly. And then put a little bit on. And honestly, that is it. That is it. That's my natural, everyday, glowy makeup look. So then I just, if I got any on my bottom lashes, I just like take it off real quick. And yeah, I don't even really use highlighter for this everyday makeup because I'm already so glowy as it is, and all my products are pretty like moisturizing, so I don't feel like I need it.